What does the future look like for our area? The freeways are so busy. How about connecting Coeur d'Alene and Spokane with an electric train, run off renewable power? That sounds great. But actually, we're talking history here. Frederick Blackwell, who later founded Spirit Lake, started an electric railroad in 1903 between Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, with power from a new hydroelectric dam at nearby 9 Mile Falls. Together, J.P. Graves and Blackwell developed properties along this line. To increase summer and holiday ridership, historian Laura Arksey notes, Graves and Blackwell opened beaches and amusement parks on Coeur d'Alene, Hayden, and Liberty Lakes. The electric railway platform in Coeur d'Alene was built right onto the docks to connect with steamboats on Lake Coeur d'Alene. So who was this visionary? Some genius like Thomas Edison or Nikola Tesla? No, he started out as a logger in Pennsylvania. As the forests of the East were decimated for a growing country, Blackwell headed west to scout new timberlands. He found in our area huge opportunities and carried through on a lot of them, setting the future for our inland Northwest. In 1904, he established Blackwell Park in Coeur d'Alene, since he could see the recreational value of the lakes in the area. He founded the Idaho, Washington, and Northern Railroad to haul out lumber from Twin Lakes and Spirit Lake, with flumes to carry the logs towards the mill, and then on the railroad as lumber to Spokane and the country at large. He founded the town of Spirit Lake, Ione, Washington, including another lumber mill, and Usk, Washington. He extended the rail line to Medellin Falls, Washington, nearly to the Canadian border, where he was a major investor in the cement plant which produced much of the area's concrete materials. His main residence was in Coeur d'Alene, along with his son Russell, who was in charge of the railways. But both of them also had houses in Spirit Lake. In 1908, when Spirit Lake was founded, the railroad, the mill, the flumes, and the town of nearly 2,000 all were built within a couple of years. He hired Spokane architect Kirtland Cutter to design a house for him in Spirit Lake, overlooking the mill, railroad, and mill pond. Cutter also designed the Spirit Lake train depot, and it was the most elaborate on the route, as Spirit Lake was the hub of his train activities, including a roundhouse and machine shop for train maintenance. The mill generated electricity and steam for use in the mill and also to provide light and heat to the community. Like a lot of boom times, Blackwell's many projects sputtered from growing too fast, with insufficient funds to see them through long term. The electric railroad went out of business, but parts of the route are preserved today as the Centennial Trail for hiking and bicycling. The other rail property passed on to larger rail companies, and the routes later were abandoned. Parts of the railroad grade between Newport and Rathdrum can still be seen on the west side of the highway. Since he died in 1922, his influence has largely vanished from sight. 20-acre Blackwell Park was renamed Coeur d'Alene Park, with its lovely beach and bandshell. His home in Coeur d'Alene is gone, demolished for a restaurant. His son Russell's house is now Blackwell Hotel. In Spirit Lake, one major street is named Blackwell, which broke tradition with the original streets being named for New England states and presidents. But despite his name becoming a footnote in area history, the railroad routes became highways, the lake towns drew tourists, and enough of his vision for Spirit Lake remains that his legacy is secure.